Compressor is probably the most misunderstood and most misused effect in the recording environment. My name is Umut and today we will have a look at what is a compressor, why you should use it, and how to use it with your bass. Compressor is used for reducing the dynamic range on your signal. It reduces the gap between your loudest notes and your softest notes. It makes your overall signal easier to listen to and you can make your track louder. Think about this way. If you adjust your volume to the loudest notes of your signal, your softer notes may not be audible. If you do the opposite, your louder notes will clip the signal. Now, how does the compressor work? Let me grab my bass. Let's record a simple. Now let's have a listen. Let me zoom in. You can see the signal. Okay. As you can hear it, it explodes in the beginning and then decays. What compressor does is, it takes that initial energy and adds that to its tail. As a result, it doesn't explode as much in the beginning, but sustains more. Let's have a look at the compressor interface, then learn the controls. I'll just make a loop. First control we will look into is the threshold. Threshold is the point where the compressor kicks in. Let's have a look at this graph. The point where that curve takes a different slope, around that point, is the threshold. This is the input signal, this is the output signal, the middle is the threshold. The threshold level, around -219 decibels, is the point where the compressor kicks in. Anything louder than this threshold will be compressed. So listen. See, the compressor kicks in more. If I increase it, it kicks in less. This is the decibel level, how much compression is applied. Ratio is the second control. It has values like 2:1, 3:1, 4:1, 10:1. Ratio is how much compressor is going to compress. Let's set it up on 4:1. What that means is, for every 4 decibels passing that threshold, the compressor will squeeze it into 1 decibels. If I make it 2 decibels, for every 2 decibels, the compressor will compress it to the 1 decibel. Let's have a look at the slope again. If I increase the ratio, see, it compresses more. If I decrease it, 1:1, input is equal to output. If I increase it, the output is compressed more. Let's have a listen. I'm increasing it. Decreasing it. See? Let's close that. More compression is applied, the signal becomes softer. Less compression is applied. One more thing about ratio, if you pass that 8:1, 10:1 level, you get into the limiter zone, which means that anything passes your threshold will be limited and will be cut. The third control we will look into is the attack. Let's have a look at that signal again. Our signal again has its attack and its tail. That initial energy is also called transient. Attack is how quick will the compressor react to the signal reaching that threshold. If I make it quicker, the compressor will immediately start working. This will cause the initial attack of the note becoming softer. If you set that attack level too quick, your bass can lose its punch. Set it too slow and your compressor may not react in time. Let's have a listen again. When I decrease it, see that? It immediately starts working. When I increase it, stack gap, it almost loses that transient point. One other thing, if you make your attack faster, your compressor will grab more signal and it will compress more, it will work more. So you have to go back and forth between your threshold and your attack. What you want to do is, you want to find a sweet spot that your signal doesn't clip in the beginning, but also not lose its punch. Release adjusts the time that your signal stays compressed. Once your signal passes that threshold, release is the time your compressor will stay active. Make it too fast and your compressor will be obvious and it will create a pumping effect. Normal operation is making it quick as possible without creating a pumping effect. Let's have a listen again. If I make it too fast, it immediately gets back to its original signal. Too slow, it takes forever. See that? Again, fast, immediately gets back to its original. Right around here, I guess. It's kind of sweet spot. Makeup gain is the last control. After you compress your signal, your perceived loudness will decrease. So what you will do is you will increase that makeup gain to match that input level. Let's have a listen. I'll decrease that threshold so more signal will be compressed. Without the compressor, see, it's louder. With it becomes softer. What I will do is I will increase that makeup gain to match that level. Without, with, around here. Okay, let me record a one slap bass line and one fingerstyle one, and let's use compressor on them. Okay, let's open up another channel. Delete that. Okay, this will be the slap one. What's that? I want a metronome. That will do. Fingerstyle one, mute that. For slap bass, as you can see, that initial attack is too strong. I don't want to ruin that, but I also don't want to clip my signal. So I want to find a sweet spot in my compression. Let's have a listen. I'll use around 4:1 compression rate here. Open it up. It's around 10 decibels now. If I decrease the threshold, more signal will be compressed. Around 20 decibels is too much. So I'll increase it to around -5 decibels. Around here. If I make my attack too slow, the compressor doesn't kick in. Too fast, it compresses everything. So around 50 milliseconds. The release, too slow, signal stays compressed forever. See? Too fast, it pumps. So around here. Final step is makeup gain. Close the compressor. Open it up. Around 4 decibels, I guess. Now with the compressor, without. Let's have a look at the fingerstyle now. Open the compressor, mute that. Let's have a listen without the compressor. Okay, I'll use around 2:1 compression rate here to make it softer. Okay, again, around minus 5 decibels, 5 to 10 decibels. It's too much. I'll make it slower. Yeah. And release. I want to make it faster a little. Yeah. Now I'll decrease my threshold without. Wait. Without. Wait. Yeah. This is how I basically use compression on my bass. There are different types of compressors like FET, VCA, opto, digital, and that is the subject of another video. If you like this one, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.